right, this 68th annual Grammy Awards are officially in the books, and wow, what a night. The big story? It's this really fascinating split. We had one artist just cleaning up, taking home a ton of awards. But when it came to those huge top prizes, the glory was spread all over the place. So let's get into it and break down what that all means. And this is really the core of it, right? It perfectly captures the vibe of the whole evening. You've got Kendrick Lamar, who's just on another level, snagging 5 awards, an incredible run for him. But then, for those 4 biggest, most talked about awards, the Recording Academy shared the wealth. And that made for a really suspenseful night with some moments that I don't think anyone saw coming. Okay, so let's start with the main event. The part of the show everyone was glued to their seats for. The Big Four. These are the categories where careers are made, where legends are cemented, and let's be honest, where all the best debates happen the next day. First up, we've got Record of the Year. This one's for the whole shebang, the performance, the production, everything. And look at this list. It was absolutely stacked. You've got these global megastars like Bad Bunny and Lady Gaga. Then you have the critics' favorites like Chappelle Rowan, and of course, that monster collaboration from Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Just an incredible group of nominees. And the winner, Luther. What a massive, massive win for Kendrick Lamar and SZA. I mean, this track was everywhere. It was a monster hit, critics loved it, fans loved it, and clearly the Academy did too. A huge win, and one of the night's biggest awards. All right, next up, Song of the Year. Now this one's different. It's all about the songwriting. A lot of the same amazing songs, for sure, but here we're honoring the people who actually wrote them. We're talking about the brilliant minds behind tracks like APT and Manchild. And the Grammy goes to Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas for Wildflower. Is anyone surprised? Their songwriting partnership is just undeniable at this point. The Recording Academy absolutely loves them, and tonight they rewarded them again, so well-deserved. Okay, now for Best New Artist, and this category was all over the map, in the best way possible. It was so diverse, right? You had artists who blew up on social media, like Addison Rae and Alex Warren, right next to someone like Olivia Dean with her super soulful, critically acclaimed sound. A really wide spectrum of talent. And the winner is the British star, Olivia Dean. You know, a lot of people predicted this one, but that doesn't make it any less of a huge moment for her. This is one of those career-defining wins. It really just solidifies her as a true global star to watch. And now, the big one, the one everyone waits for all night, Album of the Year. And the competition this year was just, wow, it was fierce. We had these huge comeback albums, records that are going to define their genres for years, and just massive releases from the biggest names in music. We're talking Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, Lady Gaga, the list goes on. And the winner of Album of the Year is Bad Bunny for Debí Tirar Más Fotos. This is it. This is a historic, incredible win for the Puerto Rican superstar. It's such a huge deal, you guys. It proves that an album not in English can do more than just compete. It can win the biggest award in music. What a moment for him and for music. So, okay, we've got the 4 biggest awards going to 4 different people. The question is, who really won the night? When you look back, the whole story really revolves around 2 absolute titans. Well, if we're just talking about who took home the most trophies, the answer is easy. It's undisputed. Kendrick Lamar. He walked away with an incredible 5 Grammys, the most awarded artist of the night, period. And this wasn't just about adding more gold to his shelf. This was historic. With these wins, he officially passed Jay-Z to become the most awarded rapper in Grammy history. Think about that for a second. In the entire history of the awards. That's just a legendary, legendary achievement. And this right here, this comparison tells you everything you need to know about the night. You have Kendrick, who just ran the table in the rap categories and grabbed Record of the Year, 5 wins total, an absolute domination. But then you have Bad Bunny, who only won 2 awards, but one of them was the award, Album of the Year. It just goes to show there are different ways to dominate music's biggest night. Okay, so outside of that main storyline, there was so much other cool stuff happening in the genre awards. Let's do a quick lightning round and check out some of the other big winners. Over in the pop and dance world, Lady Gaga picked up another one for her collection, nabbing Best Pop Vocal Album for Es Mi Hem. The Wicked duet from Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande also got a big win. And how about this for a surprise? British singer Lola Young took home Best Pop Solo Performance. A bit of an upset. which is always fun. Now for rock and metal. Turnstile had a huge night, winning Best Rock Album. And it was a great night for the legends, too. The Cure won Best Alternative Music Album for that album we've been waiting for forever, and Nine Inch Nails grabbed the award for Best Rock Song. In country, the big story was Jelly Roll. He really emerged as a major winner, taking home Best Contemporary Country Album for Beautifully Broken, and he also shared a win with Shaboozey for their collab. Of course, you still had the mainstays, Chris Stapleton and Tyler Childers, adding a few more Grammys to their own collections. And rounding it out in R&B and African music. Kehlani had a fantastic night, winning 2 awards for her song Folded. The Best R&B Album went to Leon Thomas for Mutt, and after the massive year she's had, it was great to see Tyla win for Best African Music Performance. So, okay, after all the performances, the speeches, the wins, what's the final takeaway? When you look back at the 2026 Grammys, what's the big story you should remember? Really, when you boil it all down, it comes down to a few things. First, that shared glory at the top. 4 big awards, 4 different winners. Then you have Kendrick Lamar's historic, record-breaking night. You have the ultimate prize going to a global superstar with a Spanish-language album. And finally, you have all these other amazing artists making their mark and dominating their own genres. A little bit of everything. Which brings us to a final thought, a question I want to leave you with. When you see the 4 biggest awards go to 4 totally different artists, we're talking pop, hip-hop, reggaeton, indie soul, does that mean the Grammys are moving into a new, more diverse era? Are they consciously trying to spread the love and recognize more kinds of music? Or was this just a fluke, just the way the votes happened to fall this year? It's definitely something to think about.